Welcome to the Shaw family smokehouse, where meat was cured and stored for future meals. Winter was hog butchering time at the Shaw homestead and for most rural families. Arthur Shaw remembers hog killing days as the coldest days there ever were. For many years, the homestead was open range, and wild hogs that ran loose in the woods had to be bayed up by dogs and brought back to the cabin for butchering. The Shaws would butcher 8 hogs at one time, a messy affair that was best carried out on the east ridge sloping downward for easier cleanup. As Arthur Shaw remembers, having already killed the hog and punctured the jugular vein to make sure it was bled properly, 2 people, one on either side of the hog, would place the hog head first into a barrel of boiling water for a few seconds. If the hog was left in the water too long, the hair would set, which made it harder work to get the hair off. The hogs, after scraping, were gutted and cut into pieces, starting with the head. Typically, intestines were saved for sausage casings. Feet were boiled with the head to make hog's head cheese. Organ meat, like the heart, was ground up into sausage. The skin and fat were rendered into lard and cracklings, and brains were scrambled with eggs for breakfast. This kind of snout-to-tail eating was extremely labor-intensive, but the fiercely self-sufficient piney wood settlers did not waste any possible food source. After butchering, meat would be packed in the smokehouse and salted down. After several days in the salt brine, the meat was washed and hung on poles for smoking, which lasted multiple days and had to be monitored to avoid fires. The meat, cured with salt and smoke, was stored in the smokehouse over the course of the following year until eaten. The poles used for hanging meat are still intact at the Shaw family smokehouse. Please proceed to the other outbuildings north of the kitchen for the Jar House podcast.